Welcome everybody to episode 23 of AWT, Andrew's Wrestling Talk, where we bring you the news and reviews of wrestling around the UK and much more. Now on today's show, I'm joined again this week by the G-Man, John Gregory, and I'm also joined here by the boss, my beautiful wife, Jodie Andrews.
Hello.
Welcome guys, welcome to the show. So we have got a lot on this week, we've got a lot of results to go through, got some upcoming stuff we've got to get through. Nice decent review on Big League Wrestling that we were at this past Sunday. Absolutely some shockers that happened there.
Yeah.
I've also got the results of the Call and On-Call War on Neville and what we're going to be doing next. Also, I would have had a Q5, but I didn't have time to get a Q5. It was a very busy night, wasn't it, at Big League Wrestling? There weren't really much chance, but next week, I'm telling you now, next week I will have a Q5. So let's go straight in here to WCPW Loaded that was on YouTube this past Monday, and another great event. Absolutely another great event. But we started off with Martin Kirby in the ring, and Martin Kirby had come out and told everybody that he was a rubbish GM, and that was it. He was resigning from GM. He wants to get back into the WCPW title picture, and he will appoint a new GM at Exit Wounds. So that will be very interesting, which is on this Monday.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, when he was in the ring, when the crowd was chanting the S word, like he goes, there's a kid down there.
Oh yeah.
And it's poo, and then all the crowd started shouting.
That was the one. Yeah, he was trying to stop the crowd from swearing.
Yeah, mate, I love it. It was funny.
So Joe Coffey defeated BT Gunn in a much needed win there for Joe Coffey in a revenge match on BT Gunn after he got suspended last time. Bree Priestley defeated Nixon Newell for the Women's Championship, so now Bree Priestley is now your official WCPW Women's Champion. Also, in that match, it got pretty brutal. They got the chairs out.
Oh, mate, I did.
Nixon Newell put her head between the chair and kicked her in the head, and then Viper from World of Sport came out and interfered, which led Bree Priestley to win the championship. Also, Liam Slater defeated Zack Sabre Jr. in an absolutely back-to-back classic wrestling match right there. Go back and watch it on YouTube because it was absolutely fantastic. The Prospect had their little Orlando advert.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It was a little bit like the WaterAid advert and Save the Children advert. Please donate your money to the Prospect to Orlando. It was hilarious. I have to admit, it was a classic advert.
Yeah, they said as well, they've actually, if they get there, they've actually got a match.
They've got a match as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Against Drake and James R. Kennedy, if they do get there, so that will be interesting. Joe Hendry defeated Alberto El Patron, only thanks to Joe Coffey and Travis Banks. Now, like I said, Travis Banks I can understand, but Joe Coffey, what is going on there? I have no idea what's going on there, but the beatdown happened with the chairs, so we will only see what happens next. You know, next week possibly, but next week on Monday on YouTube it will be Exit Wounds.
Yeah, that's all live.
Yeah, and we've got some great matches there as well. We've got Salas Young from Ring of Honor taking on Delirious. We've got Marty Skrull taking on David Starr. Martin Kirby to go against BT Gunn. Cody Rhodes defending the Internet title against Liam Slater. And Drew Galloway defending the heavyweight title against Will Ospreay. Do you think Will Ospreay will walk out with both belts though?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be a hell of a match.
It is going to be very interesting.
Because Drew wanted him, and that he said he wanted him after the tag match and that, yeah? He was pissed off with him when he gave him a low blow.
Yeah, very true.
It's really...
So don't forget that is on this Monday on YouTube, 8 o'clock. Tune in for that one. It's live. So you want to be making sure you watch that one. Yeah. So IPW UK that was on the 19th. We've got the match results here. So we had Chris Brooks and Kid Lykos defeating Connor Hunter and Maverick. Also Nick Andreas defeated Oliver Pierce by submission. Also Thomas Dawkins and Mike Bromley, defeated the Monsters, which is Exodus and Snare, by knockout. MVP defeated Damien Dunn. The IPW All England Championship, Scott Starr defending and defeating Jordan Wade. And also the IPW Women's Championship as well in a four-way. Levy Grace defending her title, defeating the Amazon Aisha Ray, Chikara, and Nightshade. And so we had a new champion in Grace there. So that was very interesting. But the biggest thing on this one is that Johnny Storm defeated Pete Dunne. So congratulations, Wonder Kid Johnny Storm. You got a victory over Pete Dunne. That was really, really shocking. I did not see that coming at all. Johnny Storm doesn't get very many victories at all, does he?
But fair play to him though. Next time we see him, we'll congratulate him. Just for the thing.
It is about time. He's a legend in the UK wrestling business, so it's about time he had a victory there. So let's move on to some more results that we've got as well. Jodie, what have you got there for results as well?
Okie dokie. So on the 26th of February, the same day as we went to see Big League, Progress Wrestling were in action. They were holding their event, Chapter 44, Old Man Yells at the Clouds. I just love these titles. They're flipping awesome. Don't know where you get them from, but keep bringing them because they make me. I love the next one about dinosaurs. It's awesome. So to start off with, we had James Drake against Damon Moser, and James Drake defeated him to win. We also had the Progress Women's Championship Natural Progression Series first round, which Dahlia Black defeated Martina the Session Moth to advance. Also had Travis Banks defeat Jordan Devlin.
That's a good match right there.
Yeah.
In a no DQ match, we had Pastor Williams Eva defeat Sebastian. A little bit about that. Following a really bloody brawl and a clothesline from heaven, Eva won the match and Sebastian had to be restrained and taken out the back after the match. So, bit of drama going on there. You also had Mark Andrews defeat Shane Strickland. Aulia Gray defeated Nathan Cruz. Zach Gibson defeated Jackson Smith by count out. And then the big one, the 6-man tag team match, Jimmy Havoc, Mark Haskins and Flash Morgan Webster defeated British Strong Style, which, if you don't know, and why don't you know, is the Progress World Champion Pete Dunne and Progress Tag Team Champions Trent Seven and the WWE Champion Tyler Bate.
That is an absolute cracking match right there. And and rightly so. If you don't know who they are, why don't you know who they are?
We do.
I tell you what though, Pete Dunne has been on a bit of a losing streak. I've got another event here as well, actually.
I mean, it was a great night by the sounds of it. You know, during their entrance, Bate came out with the tag shield, then decided to pop backstage and came out with the UK title. A little bit gutted I wasn't there, but as you'll find out later, I had a cracking evening at Big League. You know, Havoc pinned Dunne to win the match. Due to the stipulation of the match, Havoc became the first #1 contender, and he announced he will take his shot at Chapter 45 in, wait for it, a death match.
Oh,
so that's probably why there's dinosaurs involved.
Brilliant.
Death match with dinosaurs like that.
Death match with dinosaurs, love it all the way.
That is funny.
So Rev Pro had an event on the 24th. So this was a very interesting event as well. This was great. This was in Portsmouth. Marty Skrull defeating Ryan Smile by submission. Now, that match would have been an absolutely quality match to have watched right there. Dave Mastiff defeated Trent Seven by submission. What did you do, sit on him? I didn't know Dave Mastiff had any submission moves, to be quite honest.
He's a
But again,
anyway.
but again, that match must have been an absolute quality match right there. A funny match right here. Colt Cabana and Swoggle defeating the Legion of Lords. Lord Killian Gray and Rishi Gosh. Poor Legion of Lords, our tag team of the year here for AWT. Unbelievable. Rob Lyons defeated Dan McGee. Also, the RPW British Tag Team Championships were on the line as well. Champions Joel Redmond and Charlie Sterling defeating the Spirit Squad, Kenny and Mikey. Now, I got one thing quickly to say on the Spirit Squad. I don't care. That's it. Panther Zero also as well defeated Pete Dunne. So again, Pete Dunne had lost. That's 3 matches in a row that Pete Dunne has gone and lost. But we will get to...
That's actually a losing streak,
we'll get to the NXT match that he had with Mark Andrews later on. So, yeah. Also, you got another one there? I think you got another one there, haven't you? No, you haven't?
No.
Okay, so I've got it then. Combat Sports Federation. Now, this was on the night before Big League, I believe. Yeah, it was. It was on the 25th, so it was on the night before Big League. This was called Saturday Night Slam in Western Supermare. Eddie Ryan defeated Lomax. Odyssey and Nathan Bain defeated Owen Wall and Eddie Martins. The CFS All Nations Championship, Kay Ajotla defeated White Tiger. Jack Stars defeated Paul Mullen. And of course the Big League World Heavyweight Championship was on the line, and Mr. Anderson defended and defeated Tiger Alley. So that was a great little event there, which is great. It's great to see other companies bringing other belts, taking other belts from other companies and putting them on the line as well, and promoting other ones as well. I think we'll see this in UPW as well. So
like
It would
the
be
thing
nice
that
to
is,
see.
well, when Marty come down with the Ring of Honor.
it was, yeah. So like Marty coming down with the Ring of Honor
Ring of
one.
Honor's American.
And with Big League as well, Scotty brought down the WCPW tag title, plus they've also brought down the Triangle tag team titles as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
The Live by the Sword. So yeah. Anyway, 2 Big League Wrestling now that we went and watched this past Sunday. Now this event was absolutely fantastic. It really was. We had
Can I just say one thing?
great
I am
time.
actually annoyed. That's why I'm going to buy it.
Yes, you'll be able to buy this on the 5th of March on Fight TV for
$7.99.
I was going to say $6.99 myself.
$7.99. I do believe we had this conversation yesterday, didn't we, Gregors? So yeah.
Thank you very much.
We started.
It's
Sorry.
all big thing. Because all Big League that I have got contacted with Fight TV because they realise how big Fight TV is, isn't they?
Fight TV now have also taken on Fight Nation.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Combat Sports. I think Combat Sports are on it as well.
Yeah, Combat Sports on it. Yeah,
Well, that's because of that Big League title as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's on there as well. But we started off with Harlem Bravado, who came out with the tag team titles. Now I didn't realise, but he was a heel. I didn't know that. So it's me cheering the bloke when he comes out in that.
Everybody else was booing.
Everybody else was booing him. He was moaning about the ropes being Mexican ropes and not American rope. Tried to sing the national anthem for America, and then everybody started singing God Save the Queen. So that was interesting. But he wasn't in a match, he was on commentary. Which we were all really reasonably surprised about when he was on commentary. So the kick-off match was Lion Kid versus Josh Bowden.
Oh, not Bowden.
Personally, this match, it was okay, but it wasn't the best match.
It wasn't well matched, and I know I'm still getting used to wrestling myself, but it didn't seem a well match. I can understand when I said what I said about it should have been Scotty versus Josh Bowden. You can't have Hill versus Hill because then you would have had Lion Kid versus Savvy, and obviously Sanjay Dutt wasn't there, so that changed the program, changed the card completely. But that match and the other match that I've just mentioned didn't feel like it was a proper match. It just felt like it was the school bully picking on the little kid. It was filler, and it was such a shame because all 4 of them, even though I don't care, I don't rate Josh Bowden. You know, there's always one that you're never going to like, and that, for me personally, is Josh Bowden. Reminds me too much bullies at school and all that lot. But that's what it felt like. I was watching a match of a bully picking on a little kid, and that was it. Don't get me wrong, they're both talented, they're both great, and obviously Josh does his job well for being a heel because he's made me hate him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But for a pay-per-view fight that was being filmed, it wasn't the best start. But overall, Big League that night was amazing.
It was still an amazing night by Big League, yeah, most definitely.
Just felt wrong. I don't know.
Lion Kid defeated Josh Bowden anyway in that match, which I was reasonably surprised about. I thought Josh Bowden would have actually walked out victorious. Now, like you said, I'm not the biggest fan of Josh Bowden, but I do respect him for his wrestling style. He's an absolutely fantastic athlete. He really is. But in that segment, we had a Lion Kid wanting to go for the handshake.
Yeah.
He blatantly wasn't going to handshake him, so we gave him the low blow. Went to pick up a chair, and then we were graced the presence of Mr. Anderson, which looked like he was going to make the save for him to only attack Lion Kid himself. And then had a little bit of a rant on himself, didn't he, about the ropes being Mexican and blah 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 blah. Well, you're in Britain, for God's sake. Then the ropes should have been British. So there you go. You weren't in Mexico, you weren't in America, you're in Britain. So there was no moaning technically, really. But he got some. I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna say little guy.
Yeah.
because, like, to be quite honest, I don't want to sound racist or anything like that, which I'm blatantly not. But
Hornswoggle style.
Hornswoggle style, that's right. Yeah, he got him in the ring, and he looked like that he was being nice to him for him to only boot him in the face.
I also got picked.
Yeah, no, it was just this, you know, the little guy that was in there, which set the crowd off against Anderson as to be hated, which really went down. We also had Psycho Phillips versus Chris Andrews. Now this match was very interesting because Psycho Phillips has now got a new partner in Jamie Hayter. Yes, a new thing going on there. She's playing
A very, very dominant, strong woman character, which sets off Psycho Phillips even more.
Oh, definitely. This is what's going to push Psycho Phillips
sets him
now.
off as his character and sets him off in the ring, because she was really kind of like riling him up, getting him going. But again, she worked with the crowd. Well, I don't say she worked with the crowd. She annoyed the crowd, but it works, and it does, and it shows another side to her as well, because she got involved as well at one point. She had Mark Andrews.
Started choking him on the rope. Yeah. It's very interesting. I think these two are. It's a combination that I really like, and I can see this growing very big. Psycho Phillips won the match, but Chris Andrews was attacked by a man in black. Now we were all sat there thinking, like, oh, who's this going to be? Like, it's blatantly going to be someone that you don't like and whatever. Who did he turn out to be, babe?
Eddie
Bleeding Ryan!
What? Eddie?
What?
Turned up and attacked him!
So Eddie wasn't happy for the fact that he hadn't been booked for Big League, and that he is the best wrestler in the Southwest, and so on and so on and so on. Yes, by all means, he's AWT Best Male of 2016, so I fully agree with him, but I tell you now, that whole place was shocked.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocking.
Flip me, that's
But I tell you what, that's what makes great TV in wrestling. Brilliant. But yeah, it really was. It was an absolute shocker. Absolutely.
That's going to be funny when I watch it back there, because it's going to be all on the...
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting. Don't forget, watch it back on Fight TV.
That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
So we had the Big League Tag Team titles to crown brand new Tag Team Champions. We had Jakey and Brucey in Liquid Dreams to go against Team GB, Grizzly Bastards, Dave Mastiff and Big Grizzly. Now when they came out, one came out the door and one came out the curtain and then swapped. Bit of comedy, funny as anything, absolutely brilliant.
Love it.
Personally, Liquid Dreams didn't really stand too much of a chance against these guys, did they really?
No.
When you put the two guys together, absolutely dominant.
I wouldn't want to meet Grizzly in a dark alley, let alone in a ring.
I'm not being funny. Grizzly's not the one that scares me. It's Dave Mastiff that scares me.
I don't know, because breaking the rules here afterwards, when we were still stood there, he did shake my hand, and I was just like, "Oh, you're so
I
lovely
love
and
Big
polite."
Big Grizzly's fantastic. I do love Big Grizzly.
And he's Welsh, so I could listen to him talk all
He's
day.
funny.
But part of the way through that match, as we know, the British Youngbloods, Liquid Dreams, whatever you like to call them, and whatever you've seen them as, they are breaking up now because Brucey had walked out on Jakey. But I don't know if I missed the reason why. I think at the end of the day, anyway, that's what they're leading to, because Jakey and Brucey now are definitely coming up now as single superstars. Yeah. They've won heavyweight titles, and they can hold their own now.
I think they're just getting tired of each other. They're not supporting each other as much now because they're thinking about their own careers, which is fine.
Yeah.
And they've got great careers ahead of them. Just, Kieran, please get rid of this.
Oh no, he's got a Oh, Brucey.
Please.
Has Brucey got a moustache?
For the love of...
Oh no!
Just get rid of it.
That's funny.
Thank you.
That's funny.
That only left Jakey in the ring, obviously, of course, for Dave Mastiff and Big Grizzly to get the pinfall and walk out your new Big League Tag Team Champions. Now, in the crowd was Scott and Joe. The Brothers Orr were there in the crowd. Personally, I knew exactly why they were there. They were there scouting those tag team titles because at their next show at Uprising in Exeter, it is the debut of TBA, the brothers or Scott and Joe. So
that's nice.
they are scouting those big league tag team titles, my friend. I'm telling you now. And you win those tag team titles of TBA. Don't forget you promised me the first interview with you guys with tag team gold. So yeah, they were there as well. So absolutely fantastic. So the next match after that was Scotty Wainwright versus Savvy Sid Scala.
Oh, mate, that's good.
Again, this was another match like you said.
Yeah.
It was too much of a difference in the match between the two. Scotty absolutely dominated him. The match didn't actually last very long either. I think it lasted of all around, I'd say 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's mad.
I'd say 10 minutes. Savvy didn't get a lot of offense at all.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Savvy.
Yeah. Savvy.
Our boys are absolutely huge fans of Savvy, but I'm a huge fan of Scott
Mate, I am as well.
as well. I think Scott
he's doing really well.
is
I
an
mean,
absolute
again,
classic.
I've seen Savvy before. It's the first time I've seen Scotty in action, and yeah, he dominated that ring. And fair play to the guy, he's good at what he does. But again, I didn't feel it was an evenly matched match, if you want to,
Yeah.
But I suppose pros and cons. Savvy's at one end of the scale, just coming into it.
Yeah.
As far as we know, we haven't seen him that many times. Haven't seen him advertised. Scotty's at the peak of his. He can do it individually, or he can be part of the Swords of Essex.
Yeah.
So it is trial and error. Maybe that was the whole thing. Go
Yeah,
up against
maybe.
someone a bit more
Yeah.
heftier. See how you do. I mean, we read afterwards that was the day 6 for Savvy of events.
It was,
he'd been
yeah,
at.
it
so
was,
maybe
yeah.
he was grateful for a quick 10 minutes. End of the week, knackered.
Knackered
and
now,
then
yeah.
me, Lambert,
Big up to you, Savvy Sid Scala, most definitely. You travel around all over the place,
Yeah.
so really, really
I
do
had a
respect
chat
the
with
guy.
him before,
Yeah.
5 hours to get there that day after 6 days of, events, and then he had to put up with me hugging him at the end of the night just to get a picture. Poor guy. That's worse
cool,
than being in the ring with Scotty.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's bad.
So we had our main event, Alberto El Patron, to go up against Mr. Ken Anderson for the Big League Heavyweight Championship of the world. So this was a real interesting event because, of course, his missus was sat there at ringside.
Yeah.
WWE star. Well, she's still a WWE star, technically.
Yeah.
Paige. So that was very, very interesting. I actually got to say hello to Paige as well when I went to go get my autograph signed and stuff like that, which was quite nice. So
Fair enough.
yeah, that was quite nice. But yeah, so Alberto El Patron is your new Big League Heavyweight Champion, which was an absolute shock. I did not see that coming
No.
at all.
No.
And the one thing I've got to say is that is a massive piece of history right there,
Yeah.
for the fact that it's the first piece of gold that Alberto El Patron has won on British soil.
That is mad.
And
That's
it
cool.
was here in the
Yeah.
damn southwest,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is brilliant. I think that's fantastic. I really do.
Yeah.
Really do. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, big up to them. And that match was an absolute cracking match as well. Like I said, it will be on Fight TV on the 5th of March, which I believe is...
Next
Monday.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yes, Monday.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Sunday.
Sunday. Makes it.
I can't even find my
Oh,
answer.
mate, that's cool.
But like I said, their next event is
Oh.
in Exeter, and it's on April the 23rd, and it will be the debut of the Brothers Orr. Plus, don't forget, keep your eye out on Big League on Facebook. Look out for their announcement.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to some events that we've got going on through the whole of March, which we've got quite a fair few here as well, I believe. So guys, do you want to go through some of the events that we've got going on through March?
Okay, so on the 5th of March in London, we've got Rev Pro live at the Cockpit. Some of the guys scheduled to appear include Dave Mastiff, Matt Riddle and Jeff Cobb. Loads more to be announced.
Sounds a great one there.
And there's Pro Wrestling Chaos, the 25th of March, called Total Chaos, at Bristol. There is Morgan Webster, Wild Boar, and everyone knows Eddie Ryan, and Big Grizzly, and there's more there to see, more there to come.
Pro Wrestling Chaos is always a great one as well. I'd love to go to a Chaos event.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the 24th of March in Horsham, we've got a VPW event. Our roving reporter Rich will be there, so hopefully we'll get some good results and reactions for you. Scheduled to appear are Alia Grow, the UK Kids, Guy Spitzen, and many, many more.
I must make it to a VPW event at some point, as I've been invited to a VPW event many times, so I need to get my ass down there as well at some point.
Up, down, Basingstoke, wherever it is.
What else we got, Gregors?
We've got IPW UK, a Super 7 show, on the 19th of March at Rochester. And there is Luke, Tree Galloway, Mr. Anderson, Grado, and more.
Do you know, a lot of people diss Grado.
Mate, I think he's
Personally,
funny.
I think he's quite funny.
He's right.
I like to meet the guy just because he's funny.
Yeah, and plus, as well, the baddest thing is, Drew and Grado come from Scotland, and they know all about the
Yeah.
thing, so they're all mates.
Yeah, they are. What else we got then?
Okay, so obviously we've got Progress Wrestling going on, and that will be this coming Monday, Chapter 45, which has sold out already.
What they always do.
It's the dinosaur one, so yeah, everybody just needs to watch it for the dinosaurs. I think it had clouds in it as well. I think
I think that's another one. I think that's another chapter. I think that's I sit on something watching dinosaurs or something like. It was Mark Haskins that posted it with his son, and that's what made me
Well,
spy it
anyway,
out.
they've
But,
got
yeah.
random names, and that's more than enough reason to watch it. But obviously, you know, this is Chapter 45, the progression from the results that we had earlier. So you've got the likes of Pete down there, Jimmy Havoc, Mark Haskins, all of those there. More, and why don't you watch Progress? You're bad people.
I mean, you're going to have that death match now, so you're going to have Pete Dunne versus Jimmy Havoc for the Progress title. That's going to be interesting. Mark Haskins is going to want his Progress title back at some point after having to hand it over through injury. So, oh yes, things will get interesting in Progress. Dinosaurs. What else we got, Jay?
Hate Wrestling,
Evolution.
Evolution 46, the 3rd of March, Nottinghamshire. There's Cameron, Jester, Havoc, Ridgeway, and more.
Yeah, we got a lot in that one as well. They've got a hell of a lot of people going up there, being in Chris Ridgway, Joseph Connors, Jack Jester, loads of them that are going up there now.
Last one, on the 10th of March, Southside have got All Hail the Queen in Sheffield. You've got TNA star Jade, former WWE star Melina, and much, much more.
That is a pure women's event, that is. So that should be a very interesting event as well.
See, this goes back to my argument from a few weeks ago that I wish we discussed here when we watched that programme, Breaking Glass Ceilings, about female wrestling in general. Matches like this, shows like this, show that we're not all so delicate and dainty. We can do what the men do, and it's about time that, you know...
It's picking the right ones.
Yeah.
It's picking the right women that can do the job and that can get in the ring with the men.
Yeah.
I imagine that some of those women in the WWE probably could hang with the men, but we've got a lot over here that personally can hang a lot higher than them. So
yeah.
I mean, prime example of that was Jamie Hayter on Sunday.
Yeah.
Not only was she just there to be that push, that, you know, that little bit of a bad devil on the shoulder of Psycho Phillips, but she got involved, and she wasn't delicate or dainty. She really got at him, and she went.
She bit his ear, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's madness.
Yeah, she jumped on his back and bit his ear. Real psychopath going on right there.
I think we need to see more of these matches, not just so that it's an all women's match because we're not able to do what the men do, because that we can do that, but to show that it's that divas, that, you know, glamour side of it, apart from the All Red Everything era, is coming out of the way, and we're genuine athletes. You know, I've seen a lot coming through and being taken more seriously.
It's about time that WWE started looking at the women now as women wrestlers and not models.
Yeah.
Because back then they used to be mainly models, Playboy covers, video shoots of them, you know, doing poses and whatever, and so it's a good job that they've stopped. So events like that one
this are brilliant for
Yeah.
the future of female
really
women's
pushing
wrestling.
It was like in the WWE as well, like China. She was the first, one of the first women to go to the Royal Rumble because how big she was and thing.
Yeah, you also had Jacqueline and Beth Phoenix as well. That's also been in the Rumble as well.
And what they put bloody
Hall of Famer.
Nia Jackson in the Rumble or something because she can definitely hang with the guys.
I'm very surprised actually that didn't happen actually, because that would have been a very interesting thing to happen. But I do think that WWE are trying to keep women away from blokes, as like they are in a very different position compared to everybody else.
Yeah, because
everybody else, they'll put women in against the blokes, but WWE, you're not going to see it. It's sports entertainment, not pro wrestling anymore. So to me, it's a totally different thing now.
Because the first in the 90s, the Attitude Era, it was a WWF.
Yeah, but back then, that's when it was pro wrestling back then.
Yeah, but then, why did Vince that got sued by the Wildlife Foundation?
Because World Wildlife Foundation have been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah, but how did Vince know that, didn't they?
Huh?
Vince didn't know that, that's why they had to change it.
No, admittedly, no, Vince didn't know that, so... Anyway, that's another story for another time.
Yeah, mate, that's cool.
Right, so let's move on to a new thing. Well, not necessarily so much of a new thing. We bring you pre-shows from UPW as it is anyway, which we've done 2 now, which I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
But we're going to change things ever so slightly now, and we're now calling this the AWT show on tour. A lot of people like this. I think this is fantastic. So, our next event that we'll be doing will be UPW Next Generation 2 at Yeovil Abbey Manor Community Centre on the 4th of March. So, we're not only just going to bring you the pre-show, we're bringing you the talk show now as well, with special guests here, depending on who I get booked on and what have you. So, this night is going to be a very interesting night. So I got 4 matches here so far for this Sunday, this Saturday, sorry. So we got Charleston Hotshot Allen versus Grayson Reeves. And like I said last week, both of these men lost their matches last time at Yeovil. You wasn't there, but you were there.
Yeah.
So both of them in a much needed win, and me and Dom agreed that Charleston is in need of a win, and not just in need of a win. We think also that he's in need of a remake.
Yeah.
A reinvent.
This is what I said to you when we were having a group discussion. He is, again, an amazing wrestler, brilliant skills, but the way he comes out, that whole little gimmick...
It's holding him back.
It's holding him back.
He's
not being taken seriously, so he's not gaining the respect from potential fans as a wrestler, because they're too busy carrying on the chant when he's in the ring.
Yeah,
they're not paying attention.
They're
not paying attention to what he's actually doing, and he's a decent guy. He's a decent wrestler.
I mean, admittedly,
but again,
he's had some influence as like one of our AWT fans, Dylan. I also noticed that he is all about making number 2 signs.
Yeah.
To pass out around the place.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because then it's had an effect on it.
Yeah.
But like you said, and like I said as well, I generally think this is what holds him back from gold.
Yeah.
And the same goes for Savvy.
Yeah.
We think this is what holds him back from gold. But the thing is with Savvy, is that Savvy's got that gimmick that children love.
Yeah.
So he probably loves that himself.
Yeah,
So he's probably in his element now.
Again, like you said before, he's a huge influence. Big fans.
Yeah.
Our sons are, and it works, but he doesn't get the shots and title shots he deserves, because again he is, I don't know, I suppose, without offending him, because I love him to pieces, he's like the fashion police of the WWE. They're
Who? Charleston?
no, Savvy.
Oh, right.
It's a bit like, they're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
The gimmick overpowers. I
Yeah.
suppose both of them. It overpowers them, and then they're not being taken seriously, not seen by other companies. So
So we've also got my arch nemesis Jason King against Joseph Miller. So I mean that's going to be a very interesting match. And like I said, I think Jason King, unfortunately, will be undefeated in UPW for a little while.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't really know too much about Joseph Miller, so. We've also got Johnny Gale to go up against the original Badman Bino. Now again, I don't know anything too much about Badman Bino, but Johnny Gale is a class athlete once again, high flyer, absolutely brilliant. And we've also got Red Emperor Gideon versus the Jackal, or versus Jackal, not the Jackal. Jackal lost last time against the Lion Kid.
Yeah.
So Red Emperor Gideon, I am very, very excited to meet this guy because this guy seems to have got this new gimmick that he's bringing in as well. He's taken away from his tag team gimmick that he's got, and he's got this new one. So that's going to be very interesting. But we will be bringing you the AWT show on tour, which I believe you're going to host.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm. Let's just hope Jason King leaves me alone, shall we?
He's got to fear the wrath of me.
That's the funny thing is, when he did the other show, when he come on, that was comical. I was trying not to laugh because I was behind the camera and I was trying not to laugh because I didn't know what was going on in town like thing.
He's
comical.
He don't like me too much.
No.
I shall soon see.
That's what giggles.
The next time we're going to be on the road. We're not going to be so much on the road with this one, although it's still going to be the AWT show on tour. But we'll be back here in Weymouth at the Riviera Hotel for the Friends of Wyvern Charity Night of Wrestling. Children with complex needs. Now, I tell you now, I am 100% supportive of this charity, being as my brother, who was a year younger than me, spent a lot of time at Wyvern School.
Yeah.
So that's made a massive change.
Yeah, and I was saying again, he does the school runs for that school as well.
So this is an absolute fantastic charity. This is run by Klondike Kate, the legend of World of Sport. And we're also going to be bringing the AWT show to that as well. But I'm hosting that one. She's not hosting that one. I'm hosting. But we've got lots of guests on that one. We've got Andy Evans. That's right. And we've also got Klondike Kate coming on as well. So that is going to be
that's going to be mad.
So we're really, really looking forward to that one. A couple of matches I've got here. I've got TBA versus DND. I believe I said to you last week, I think it should have been an open challenge match because I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, because...
And this tag team match, I'm really, really looking forward to this one at all. And we've also got Connie Steele versus Sam Phoenix. Connie Steele, upcoming Weymouth star.
Yeah.
She's a quality star, she is. But against Miss Vicious, Sam Phoenix, tell you what, she's got some real skills in the ring. So that will be a very interesting match. The rest of the card has not been sent to me just yet. We'll have the rest of the card for you at some point. But there is Hotshot Allen, there is Eddie Ryan, and of course, the legend himself, Doug Williams.
Fair play.
Yeah, that's right. The former TNA Tag Team Champion, X Division Champion.
With him. There's another superstar TNA's come over here. And
see if we can get a Q5 with Doug Williams, shall we?
Hey!
That'll be interesting. But yes, we will be there for that as well. And that's on the 10th of March. So make sure you keep your eyes out on that one as well. So, and the last one for us here in March will be UPW Warzone on the 17th of March in Dorchester. I'm very looking forward to this one as well. This one's going to be great. This is UPW's main roster now. Back from, coming off the next gen, which is upcoming stars and a couple of current stars, isn't it? But with Warzone, we've got Lion Kid versus Scott Wainwright. Which, I tell you what, is it a coincidence that they've swapped?
What was I saying?
So we've had a coincidence there. Scotty Wainwright is going to absolutely batter him. As far as I'm concerned, he's absolutely going to take the pasting from him. But yeah, I never noticed that until now. That's really weird. Never noticed that till now.
Oh, it's funny.
So the Brothers Orr, TBA, have had their open challenge answered by Simmons and Storm.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be funny.
Could it be win number 2 for Storm?
No, never. Not against TBA, it won't be.
Oh, TBA will be having a giggle. TBA would be sad if they lose against Johnny.
TBA
I think
will
I
not
would be
lose
sad,
an open
but it
challenge.
would be like a winning kind of, you know.
It'd be comical. I think it'd be comical.
So our current UPW champion, Dirty Dick Riley.
Who I kissed. On the arm.
Check out on the highlight trailer. It's on the highlight trailer. Yeah, so our new UPW heavyweight champion, Dirty Dick Riley, is giving Eddie Ryan a shot at the belt. A much deserved shot at the belt after his match with Yeston Reese, which obviously didn't go so well. He ended up getting low blowed.
I
mean, that's great. I mean, Dirty Dick Riley having a complete change in character, a complete change in personality. He's got now more respect because he's now become heavyweight champion. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, that's all the events that we've got going on. So, yeah, that is going to be very interesting for the rest of March. Now, we're not all there. I think the charity event, we're missing Dom. We're all there for the next generation, and I think we may be all there as well for Warzone as well. So we've got lots of others. It's going to be good nights. It's going to be great nights. Right, anyway, so let's move on, and let's take you to Mark Roberts with This Week in WWE. Take it away, Mark.
Hi guys, I'm Mark Roberts reporting for Andrew's Wrestling Talk, and I'm here to give you a Raw report for the week. So Raw starts off with Goldberg saying he's going to defeat Kevin Owens at Fastlane for the WWE Universal title. Kevin Owens comes out next saying he's going to destroy Goldberg at Fastlane. Really looking forward to this match on Sunday. Next we had a repeat of last week with the New Day defeating Mahal and Rusev. Mahal taking the pinfall again. We had Charlotte and Nia Jax then fight Bayley and Sasha Banks. Nia Jax getting the pinfall on Bayley, but looks furthermore they're going to set up the four-way between all four of them women at WrestleMania. We had Big Cass then defeat Luke Gallows in one-on-one action. Sheamus then defeated Titus O'Neil with a bro kick. Titus, just go and join TNA. There's no point you being there no more. You're just a jobber. We then had Seth Rollins coming out to the ring to declare whether or not it'd be at WrestleMania. Triple H came out challenging him. Rollins said he will be there at WrestleMania. I'm really looking forward to that one-on-one match. The Big Show then defeated the Shining Stars, what I can basically only call a quick squash. Big Show basically squashing both of them. We had match of the night, what wasn't really hard, what was Cesaro versus Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe actually getting the pinfall on Cesaro. Sami Zayn then came out afterwards, setting up their match at Fastlane, what Samoa Joe definitely is going to win. So that will be a good match. I really do hope Sami Zayn actually gets some offence on Joe. That should be great. And lastly, we had Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns contract signing. Why I said versus, I have no idea. Anyway, Roman Reigns actually got the upper hand this week, sending Strowman outside the ring. And basically that's how Raw went off the air. Anyway, I've been Mark Roberts reporting for Andrew's Wrestling Talk, and I will catch you guys next week. Hi guys, I'm Mark Roberts and I'm here to give you Andrew's Wrestling Talk of the Week SmackDown report. Sorry. Basically, it starts off with Miz TV. Miz in the ring with Maurice calling out John Cena. Miz saying how he's defeated John Cena at WrestleMania and wants another match with him. Well, Nikki Bella comes out calling Maurice a bitch. And so basically I think that looks set in stone. We are going to get the tag match of Nikki Bella and John Cena teaming to fight Maurice and The Miz, what no one wants to see at WrestleMania. We then had Becky Lynch versus Mickie James in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Mickie James got the first fall with a big DDT. Becky Lynch got the second fall with a roll up, and then Becky Lynch won with the disarmer. Really good women's match, guys. Go and check it out. We then had the number one contenders match with AJ Styles versus Luke Harper. It ended with AJ getting the pinfall on Luke Harper after a phenomenal forearm, but Luke Harper's foot was on the rope, so that got restarted after Shane McMahon came out. Shane McMahon received a super kick off Luke Harper for some weird reason, and AJ got the win anyway, so I don't know why they restarted the match, but anyway, it's a really, really good match. Go and check it out, guys. Dean Ambrose was then meant to face Curtis Hawkins, but that never happened because Baron Corbin came out and got in a fight with Dean Ambrose, setting up their match for WrestleMania. It looks like what will be a really good match. I could see Corbin walking away the new Intercontinental title, if that Intercontinental Champion, I should say, if that does happen. We then have the chairs match with Ziggler and Apollo Crews. Ziggler beating the crap out of Apollo Crews with the chair and getting the win. Yeah, not a really good match, but you know, it's a chairs match, what do you expect? And the last segment was Bray Wyatt in the ring, saying how he's got, you know, going to fight AJ, but then Randy Orton came on the screen at the Sister Abigail house and burnt it down, saying he is going to be facing Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. So will we see a three-way, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, or will it just be Orton versus Bray Wyatt? We will see. Anyway, I'm Mark Roberts reporting for Andrews Wrestling.
Alright, thanks Mark. Thank you for the news of Raw and SmackDown in WWE. Now I've only watched Raw. We only watched Raw. I haven't watched SmackDown.
No, I haven't watched SmackDown yet.
Raw was interesting.
Yeah.
Let's like skip all of Raw and let's just have a quick talk about what happened at the end when the ring broke.
Yeah, that is actually true.
A lot of people, I reckon a lot of people probably think it was fake. Personally, there was nothing fake about that. The amount of power that came from that spring pushed Roman Reigns back, didn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and he flipped the right nearly enough, didn't he?
I mean, the only saving grace from that, and I said that at the time, is his vest.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
definitely.
he probably would have broken some ribs.
Yeah, that's
and I
guaranteed.
don't think at this time, regardless of the love or hate for Roman, they want one of their main stars with broken ribs. So yeah, they wouldn't have done that.
Nah.
No,
That
of
was
course not.
pure accident.
Yeah.
Plus, anyway, they wouldn't have been able to have done it anyway with those great big things that cover the ring posts. Now you have to take them off now to get in there to be able to untie it and tighten it and whatever. So
Yeah.
it's
It would have been leaked before now.
Yeah, of course
Somebody
so, yeah,
was
it
in
would
the
have
ring,
been.
in a corner,
Yeah.
doing that. That is
somebody
sheer
in the
brute
crowd
force.
would have took a
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
of that, wouldn't they?
That was
Yeah.
Braun Strowman's sheer brute force
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Roman's
Yeah.
weight, in a good way, I'm not saying he's overweight, but Roman's force and the force of Braun Strowman chucking him at it, and it broke.
And like on True Destiny, wasn't it? It happened True
Yeah,
Destiny.
and it happened on
Exactly.
True Destiny as well with Will Ospreay and Ricochet.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously rings are not doing so well at the minute. top rope. Obviously the pay-per-view that's now coming up as well, which is this Sunday, which is Fastlane. That's going to be very interesting. So we'll be talking about that next week, and I will give you my out of 10 on that pay-per-view as well. So yeah, thank you Mark for that anyway. So let's move on to the favourite part of the show that I always love to do, and that is the cool and uncool wall. So this week on the cool and uncool wall I've been posting, and it would have been the heel turn of the king of the cruiserweights, your cruiserweight champion, Neville. What did you say?
I said I liked it, didn't I?
Yeah?
Yeah, because I said
you like it?
last week.
I don't.
You don't. I still haven't fully made a full decision.
Yeah,
on it
I've
yet.
never
It's just-
been a huge Neville fan. I've always been, yay, another Brit in the WWE. That's what we need. But his career kind of started, and then he got injured, and then he's come back, and it's this build up to this. But cruiserweight to me, I've never watched much of it because obviously it's a separate thing, which we're doing about next week.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't think it works. An angry man from Newcastle is never an appealing thing. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know because, like I say, you never got a chance to see him first time round just as he was, and he didn't have a good or bad last.
They
I
were
think
trying to
just-
find him.
Yeah.
The sensational Neville. And even that's been dropped now.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
even call him Adrian Neville now
No.
either. So
No, it's called Neville.
I'm gonna go with it being cool because I think it's a little better. At least he gets TV time, and
Yeah.
at least he's got a championship.
Yeah.
At least he's not stuck on main event or what do they call them? Dark matches
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
And superstars.
yeah, I'm gonna say it's cool. But the votes are in, and I have counted them. So to be honest, it didn't matter what you lot said because it's cool. That's why everybody says it's cool. So. Please, people, start voting uncool for some stuff. Like, we need to fill out this gap with James Ellsworth, and Goldberg, and the Universal title, and Jason King.
Okay, there he is.
So. But next week on the Cool and Uncool War, we're going to stay with the Cruiserweights. 205 Live. Do you watch 205 Live? I don't think a lot of people do. I generally don't think. I don't. I have to admit, I don't really watch 205 Live. Though Leon has asked to watch 205 Live a couple of times, though. He has asked to watch it a couple of times.
Oh, that's
but
mad, isn't it?
Not really watch 205 Live. So. But anyway, that's what we shall post this week for the Cool and Uncool. So let's get on to very quickly now for the last bit of the show here. Let's go on with some news. So the biggest thing in wrestling news at the moment is TNA.
Yeah.
Hardys, Drew Galloway, and now as of Wednesday, sorry.
Yeah.
The Miracle, Mike Bennett and Maria have now gone as well.
That's mad.
So just when you thought TNA were coming back, being signed with Anthem, they've gone back down again. They're going to lose the Hardys. The reason why they're losing the Hardys is because they sent a contract to them with a 2-year deal on it and not a 1-year deal. They also claim that they own the Broken Gimmick. And they want certain parts of the content that they've done and
Wait a minute, yeah, right, yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
It is quite.
and parts of Matt's language needs to be stopped apparently as well. I don't know what words. Well, like premonition or something like that. Do you know? I can't understand that.
Thing is, this has happened all before. They should learn from experience.
Well,
the
they should learn.
WWE tried to rein in Matt, tried to rein in Jeff. Both of them together tried to have control, and look what happened.
Yeah.
They walked away.
Yeah, and Drew Galloway did exactly the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's happening again. We've said it all now. You've said it. They have got more than enough money, more than enough skill behind them to go out to do it on their own, and that's what will happen. You know.
I'd like to see them rebuild Amiga Wrestling back that they had when they were teenagers in their backyard. I think that would be great as well.
Unfortunately, I think that's the final nail in the coffin for TNA.
I think it will be.
I don't
Well,
think by the end of the year we'll have a TNA.
saying that, Jeff Jarrett has obviously been over here and has been in talks with other companies and whatever, and is now is going to take control of TNA at some point as well. So, I mean, I don't know what will happen there either.
Well,
but I also found out that TNA refused to sign Alberto El Patron. And I don't... Why would you want to refuse to sign a star like that?
Like that? I mean, their biggest star today at the moment
It's Bobby Lashley.
That or Cody.
Yeah,
Cody's not even a full-time worker for TNA though.
Exactly.
So if you're going to go on their biggest star at the moment, it is Bobby Lashley.
The draw of, you'll probably, not in any disrespect to Lashley, but in sense of on those shows where Cody's there, the draw will be more.
Oh yeah, of course.
But, you know, you never know, because like you say, Jeff Jarrett was over here, he was in talks with ITV for a while.
Yeah.
There could be some kind of crossover with World of Sport or something like that, but that would change the whole concept.
Yeah.
So also, we had the announcement that Beth Phoenix has gone into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and she did ask.
Mrs. Edge, that's right, Mrs. Edge. Edge is Mrs., isn't it, Beth Phoenix? Edge is married to Beth
What?
Phoenix.
That's madness!
You didn't know that, did you?
No, that's another word I didn't think.
You learn something new every day, don't you?
Another one for TNA.
Go on.
And she's in love.
Yeah, and David Richards, yeah.
David Richards.
Yeah.
Because no one knew. Cause I didn't realise they were together until it all things up with the.
No, I didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
no,
We're
I think
thinking.
that, and again, this is a good thing for women as well. We're getting a few more in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
A bit more recognition there for what they've done. Again, Beth Phoenix was another one that never conformed to. She was hot, don't get me wrong, but she was a wrestler
Dominant.
as well.
She was dominant.
She didn't pansy around
No,
in
not
the
at all.
ring. She made it. So yeah, fair play. She deserves that, that place.
So staying on the women's side of things here, I've also read as well that Asuka has been confirmed for SmackDown live events before WrestleMania. So the month of WrestleMania, so you're looking at like a couple of SmackDown live events the couple of weeks before WrestleMania, she's on.
Fair play to her.
So I think you're going to see Asuka go up after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now, I've also heard another one, and I can't quite get my head around this one. But the next guy that's coming up from NXT after WrestleMania, on the Raw after WrestleMania, is Elias Sampson. The Drifter. The guy that plays the sodding guitar and sings and stuff. Why are we pushing someone like him when we're not pushing Nakamura or Ty Dillinger personally? Why is Ty Dillinger not being pushed? Why are we not pushing the Revival as a tag team?
Yeah, because they're a wicked
I
tag
could go
team.
on, Triple H.
Yeah.
Yes, I could go on. But although, I've got to give Triple H one thing, and that's the Andrews versus Dunn at NXT.
Yeah, because it's all
an
British
absolute
thing,
classic.
isn't it? That's what their thing is. NXT and like the cruiserweights, they're trying their thing.
This match was absolutely brilliant. Pete Dunne did beat Mark Andrews, but I tell you what, it was an absolute classic. You can see why they've wanted some of these guys.
Yeah.
They perform so much better
Yeah,
on the
because
big stage. They really do.
Mark Andrews was in TNA, wasn't he? Before
Mark
that.
Andrews was in TNA, yeah.
And then these things. He's come over here, done like Fight Nation and that as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I mean, that's all the news that I've got there. So that's everything that we've got here for you on AWT. So thank you everybody for tuning in to episode 23 of AWT. This has been the boss, Jody Andrews. He has been the G-Man, John Gregory. I have been your host, Carl Andrews. Don't forget to tune in to me next week for episode 24, and we shall see you next week. And good night.
Bye.
If that's the galaxy, I could